life. Except for that
Convincing.
Yeah. Lies have been told.
one time. Roll deception. Cool. Anyway, we shall begin. So, gentlemen, welcome. Last session, we finally made it. The Royal Masquerade Ball in honour of the 1-year anniversary of Good King Alistair's death. As you prepared for the ball, you gathered your cane weapons crafted by the half-orc blacksmith hammer, and gathered your garments from Gladwyn's glamorous garments. Dokrumir, however, was absent for this, as he'd gone to attune to the Spear of the Black Talons and therefore been teleported to the plane of pandemonium, the plane of madness.
Absolute pillock.
Proper douchebag behaviour.
He just really doesn't like parties. He'll do anything to avoid them.
As you headed off to the ball, you were approached by Moraine, Councilman Ivan, and Lady Dewforge, who ran you through your mission. 2 rings were given to you. Each one had to be placed upon the persons of Sarah and Sorben Fateheart, 2 individuals who were known associates of Lazarus, the Black Prophet, and maybe Yara herself. You also met your new companion for this small venture, who owed Lady Dewforge a favour, Hunter, a rogue-like individual who had some experience in doing what you guys are doing. After some flirtatious wit and skilled swordsplay, these rings were placed upon the 2 twins. And you enjoyed the rest of your evening drinking, dancing with the lords and ladies of Ambyr. However, later in the evening, the lights went out, and as they came back up, there stood a tall, thin figure of a woman. Her iron black crown and whispering voice made her recognizable to you immediately. Queen Yara. She warned the people of the capital that they were all to die by her army, and that she'd informed the soldiers lying beneath the castle of how this place was being run, the situation with the king and the council and everything like that, and they were displeased and wanted to come do something about it. Therefore, suddenly, 3 knightly figures, flesh decayed and aged, as well as the figure of the undead Karakan, Saint Karakan. People literally revere this guy as a saint. You would all celebrate St. Karakan's Day every year. Rose from the ground. People began screaming.
Just watched him fight someone, I can understand why. He was nothing to note.
People began screaming, running for the door, panic settled in, and with that, can I get everyone to roll me some initiative? Blah, blah, blah. You guys on this map can place yourselves wherever you think you would have been during this time. Obviously, this is all sort of going on, and you guys were very aware of what was going on, so you can sort of place yourselves anywhere around the central space. The central space here was the large sort of ball dancing area. Out the right hallway here was the balcony. Out the left was the service entrance. Up at the top you can see the throne. That was actually where the band was playing. And there are these 4 large statues, as I said, of knightly figures for this masquerade ball. This initiative has gone fucking wild, guys.
I didn't realise I'd rolled twice, so it must have lagged and clicked twice. And I just saw the 17, I was like, get in. And then I looked up, I was like, oh.
This initiative has gone fucking splendidly. Let's see.
Boy, Yara's kind of hot.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, is she looking for right-hand men?
I will sort moving tokens in just a second. So I have your...
Yes, please.
God's sake.
Just get a little zoom in on this token. See what Sam's talking about.
Why do you think Galahad gave her a little stab in the belly, Amara?
Can you imagine she comes out with your child and makes you fight it? Your 900-year-old child. You see what I mean, JJ? There's a bit of something there, isn't
Yeah,
there?
there's a little something.
You need to get out more.
I can't argue with that. I'm playing D&D on Zoom with my friends. I literally can't argue with you. The rest of them look like shit.
At least you have friends.
That's true. Undead don't spend a lot on their appearance, do they?
They do not. Alrighty. So there's the initiative counter for you. Can everyone move their token, or is it just JJ being a bitch?
I couldn't move mine
I still
earlier.
cannot move mine.
Cool.
Yeah, can't
Then
move mine either.
it's all of you being a
can't move
bitch,
mine.
and I will sort you out in due course. I actually read this week about a group who doesn't have like tokens like we do. They go on Roll20 and they just draw little stick men, and that's their tokens.
Oh god,
Chaos.
can you imagine? Ben, I'd like to move here, and I'd like to attack this guy.
With lightning?
That's a sword attack.
That's pain.
Or is it like a whip? I'm not really sure about that.
I'm whipping his ass with my sword.
Alrighty. Yara, as she stands there looking at your... As I said, you guys can maneuver yourselves how you sort of wish in and around this space.
Where's Sarah? And where's a small nook?
Anyway, you were probably chatting with Sarah some point up here. Some point sort of up.
I think
up the sort of like top left of the map.
Okay. Right.
I'd assume we were coming from having the duel.
Well, that happened like an hour ago. So you placed the rings on people, and maybe you were still flirting with Sarah. Maybe, if you remember, Sarah was eventually found by her bodyguard and led away.
I gave her my ring and then dealt with hers.
I was mingling,
you guys
aka stealing from the crowd.
Yeah, exactly. So, but with you guys placed as you are, Yara's first. As if you remember, so Yara dressed in her lovely sort of black robes, a slight sort of iron armor pieces over her that almost like go with the beautiful robes and dress that she has on. She looks very human, much as you saw her last time. Actually, rather beautiful, as you can see in that image, but with this one gnarled, decaying, zombified hand with a large hole in the center. And in this hole was this white flame.
Sorry?
Is that anything to do with you?
Oh, you
Oh, you didn't make it to her in the end, actually, did you? She killed you before you got there.
No, I stabbed her.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
you stabbed her, and then Karakan finished the job. But as far as you're aware, as far as you're aware, as soon as he slammed down with his axe, she just turned into a puff of black smoke. So, but you don't recognize her hand like this. You've never seen her hand like this before. She sort of stands there and smiles, gives Karakan a sort of like pat on the shoulder. Kill them for me, would you, dear? And then out before her, she outstretches her hand and a book appears. Ooh, food! Yay! Food appears!
Is that what she says?
She's actually she's head of catering and she's doing the desserts.
No, so she outstretches her hand and a book appears. This large tome sort of just like appears and floats in the space before her. And as she raises her hand over it, the pages just flick all of a sudden to one particular page. Arcane runes begin to light up. She begins to mutter some arcane words as if she's casting a spell. And in a burst of white flame, Yara disappears.
I'll see you later.
She outie. Yeah. Hunter, you're up.
Is there like a big crowd still around me? Are there guards and stuff?
Yeah, so basically around you, around this central pillar, for the first round I'm going to say, so around this central green area, there are still lots of people. And anywhere you move outside of this area is going to be difficult terrain for like the first round of combat, while everyone is basically like, imagine like maybe 100 commoners using their action to dash the fuck away. Out onto the balcony, out through the service entrance, mainly out from the doorway where you guys are coming from. Yeah, so you are surrounded by people. They're pushing past you and everything. Everyone's going crazy. Obviously, no one's looking to you. You're just a random person, as far as everyone knows.
Well, my first instinct is I need some weapons. So, was there like a banqueting table in here? Were there like knives and stuff on this table that maybe like servers are using to like cut meat and stuff that I can go and scoop up?
Yeah, I have to say, you still have your rings, by the way.
Yeah.
Just to let you know. But yes, there is a sort of like banqueting table. So around the stairs here, there were some smaller tables where people could sort of like pick nibbles and things like that up. But generally, anywhere sort of around the edges of the map, there would be tables and such as well to gather up potential knives, glasses, anything such as that.
I'll try and make my way to the side of the room and then like just like looking for something where maybe like if there was any like serious like meat or anything being served, where there might be like a chef with some like properly big knives that I could use.
I think I might be wrong here, but Griffin was looking to serve some serious meat.
I got a nice bit of rump. It's all good.
Make an investigation check.
Investigation.
There are like some knives for cutting up ham and different things like that. You know, nothing special.
No,
really.
Just
mainly
any
just
number
knives.
Of things that I can just grab as a stabbing implement.
Yeah, I'll say with an 11 you can grab like 2 knives, just like basic ass little knives.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. I'd say that's like a bonus action to run over there.
Okay.
Unless you use your bonus action to dash, in which case that would be your action either.
Yeah, like it's I haven't got the movement to get there on it's difficult terrain, so yeah, I need to dash. So that's me.
Okay. Cool.
Nice
next up is Karakan. So Karakan, you watch, is, you know, this decayed dwarf, basically. Think of like a zombie dwarf dressed in like full plate armor made of dwarven steel. A hefty looking dude. And he looks around the sort of room, but mainly then settles on you, Galahad. He's just like, and he proceeds to rage. But as he rages, you've never seen him rage like this before. You knew he was a zealot barbarian who would rage in the name of Mars, the god of war. But this time he doesn't. He instead rages, and this dark necrotic cloud begins to billow around him. Just like in his space, but definitely seems like an effect of the sort of undeath that is around him, and a gift from Yara so that he may fulfill his duties in killing you. And as this cloud sort of billows around him, he just... and you can see he then begins to grow, and grow, and grow, until he becomes large.
That is not the one.
How everyone else feels fighting you, Luke, when you're in full kit.
And as he sort of grows, he eventually just slams one foot into the ground, just as part of his rage. Galahad, you're immune to fear, but everyone else, can I get you to make a wisdom saving throw? Griffin, you can't quite. Yeah, Griffin, you can't see him, and Hunter, you're too far away. So actually, just Balzanor can make a wisdom saving throw.
I hit no bitch.
Well, considering it's a -1, this is probably going to go shite.
Do you get Luke's bonus? Or is that 10 feet?
That's 10 feet.
Boo.
Shame.
You are now frightened of Karakan. Nothing big. You can't move towards him. Attacks and ability checks have disadvantage while he is within line of sight. At the end of your turn, you can make another wisdom saving throw to combat this frightened condition. But if he is still within your line of sight, you make that saving throw with disadvantage.
What did I have to roll to beat it?
You had to roll a 17.
So,
I'll have to beat it.
Right. I'll be rolling a long time, but okay.
And then
You can still pepper him.
yeah. He's gonna use that ability. And as he sort of screams,
I can't exactly throw fire whilst there's people in the room.
I'm glad you found your
in
conscience
this-
somewhere.
in this central
Good point.
green ball bit, in this like central sort of green area, you can, or the people have sort of cleared out to make
Okay,
way for
good.
Yara giving a speech, and all these undead rising. But outside of there, yeah, there's fucking loads of people around. Yeah, he's going to use his action to sort of summon this dark energy towards his battle axe then. And as he swipes it, this wave of energy just pulses out. And can I get Griffin and Balzanor to make me a dexterity saving throw, please?
I mean, Galahad.
Galahad, yes.
No, it bypasses me by default.
Yeah, Luke, you're immune to all effects, aren't you?
Yeah. Did you say dex save?
Yes, please.
Ben really lost a lot in that
You sh-
tail
you
turns
sure?
match.
Sure. Sure it's not strength save, Ben. Just because I get a plus 14 on strength save.
No, I'm pretty sure it's not.
Damn.
So, Balzanor, you managed to react a little bit quicker and duck, but Galahad, you just take the full brunt of this necrotic wave. And Galahad, you take 32 points of necrotic damage.
Christ.
Balzanor,
said the
you
right one.
take 16.
I feel like I must be immune to necrotic damage somehow.
And he's just gonna stay.
That's a no.
He's just gonna stay straight there. Next up, Galahad. It is your turn.
Did you say 32?
32.
Oh, sorry. That's grim. I've just got to do a bit of quick maths as well.
Oh, don't you normally click down 32 times?
Yeah, I do. All of that. I'm going to do something stupid. Nah, surely not.
He's had a few. He's been on the free wines.
Also, remember, you don't have your arcane focus, so any spells that have a material component, you don't currently have.
So
You
where
can
it
run
says
back and go get it.
where it says components and it says VSM, that's a big
If
no
it-
because it's got an M.
Yeah.
Balls, no shield of faith then. No divine favor, no bless, no command, no compelled duel. Prayer of healing? No prayer of healing. Cool.
That takes 10 minutes to do anyway.
Yeah,
I
I'll
think
say
we
most
found
of these
your
like
weakness.
you've ever done them before. I can't use prayer of healing. Oh god.
so literally none of my spells.
Sounds like a lot of
can
spell
do.
slots for Smite then. I'm just saying.
Huzzah!
How many is there? There's not an M on Cure Wounds, is there?
Yeah. I'm going to do a thing, Ben. You see, where screw it, right? Bosh. I don't have. I can't go wrong. I don't have my longsword, do I? That's a shame.
You do not. You have your cane
What's-
sword. So as you twist it 3 times forward, 4 times back, shing, this rapier appears in your hand. What would you like to do? Big bad is in front of you.
Well, yeah. I mean, I fully expect this to do nothing, but I'm gonna call out to Karakan and say, "Remember who you are. This is not you."
Make
And then I'm gonna hit him.
Yeah, as you call out to him, it's almost like this enrages him even more.
Oh, good.
And he doesn't quite sort of understand. As far as you're aware, it's like you're saying this to an animal that can't speak your language, and it's just you shouting at someone.
It's only my best pal in the whole world.
Yeah, you know. Only. Yeah, roll to hit.
Just is it straight D20, D plus mods? How are we rolling these things? I haven't got it set up, so I'll do that.
Oh, you don't have it set up. Yeah, roll a d20, add your strength plus 5.
Cool. Plus 6 strength.
12
plus 5.
plus 5, 17. Misses.
Eh? All
The
right.
man's wearing plate armor.
I hate plate armor, bro. Do it again.
Me too.
21.
Does
got hit,
a
surely.
21 hit?
This is Ben's revenge.
Oh shit.
Yeah, 21 hits.
Cool. Can I slap a smite on that as well?
Of course you can. So rapier is a D8 damage. So 5 plus strength is 11. Oh, of
Plus
course you can slap a smite on that boy.
I'll do a second level smite.
That's 3d8. 4d8 because he's undead. 15, there we are.
I don't suppose the properties of Sunguard's longsword are magically transferred over.
Sadly, no, they are on your longsword. God, numbers. The numbers, Mason. Alrighty. Yeah, he's not gonna use that right now. Cool. You first attack, you maybe misjudge his armor a little bit and how cognitive this undead version of Karakan is, but the second one, with the sort of also getting used to the sort of lightness of a rapier, you do manage to get a slash just sort of underneath the place where you remember his arm was a little bit weaker around the legs. Cool. Anything else on your turn, Galahad, or are we good to move on?
That is it, but quickly, sorry, I'm just setting up the cane sword. So attack is strength plus 5 plus proficiency.
Yeah. So so strength attack plus proficiency.
If you have the proficiency box ticked, it'll add the proficiency bonus automatically.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then damage is D8 plus strength.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So is that right? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Strength
I'm
plus
checking.
pro-
That
yeah.
is.
That's
Yeah.
it, right?
That is now right. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Cool. In which case, it is the red guy's turn, and only seeing you guys up here right now, he's just going to go 5, 10, 15, and he pulls his sword out. And all of these undead, again, just to reiterate, they have the sort of like white flames in their eyes, signifying that Yara has summoned them. And he points his sword, and from the sort of crossguard of his sword, it almost lights up with this flame, and it shoots out the end of his sword towards you, and it's going to try and hit you, Galahad, for a 17.
I think I'm 16.
No idea how good that is to hear.
Hang on, let's just work this out.
Ooh.
What was the? It was.
Do
What
a
was the AC?
13 plus your dex,
So 13
and then plus 1
13 plus
for defense.
2. 4.
15.
16.
You are 16, so that hits. Okay, so that is. Can you make me a Constitution saving throw?
Mhm.
I don't think you can physically
away.
fail this, but might as well. Yeah, you're fine. You take 7 points of necrotic damage as this flame just sort of strikes you and pulls from you. You feel like it's trying to pull away your vitality as well, but thankfully you managed to shrug this effect off.
So
And
the flame came from like his sword. So
yeah,
you
like
just-
the sort of tip of his sword.
Okay, so it's like a ranged attack.
Yeah. And then he's just going to run up to you and try and whack you with a... Fuck, that doesn't hit. 11. Cool. Next up, we go to Balzanor. Balzanor.
So I can't move towards him, can I?
No.
No. I'm going to try to move towards him. Okay. And get nowhere.
Did Knight 3 roll lower than a 2?
He did roll lower than a 2. In fact, he rolled a 1. No, yeah, it's more of the fear aspect. The more of like
Okay, fair enough.
when you see something you're like really afraid of, and when you try and think of moving closer, you're just like, can't do it.
Well, it does look
Can't
pretty
physically do
good. So I will then chuck a fireball at him because, you know, if it ain't broke.
It will be after you chuck a fireball at it.
Yeah. Is there a way I can get everyone except Galahad?
Let's see. So
think
Unless you're a
around that
firebender. Probably not.
I don't think I can get the red, but
I think you. No, I think you can actually.
yeah, if it's something like
Yeah, I've just counted it, and the distance between Galahad and the edge and getting anywhere around there, around maybe hitting anyone else
Would I-
in the room and
Will
the
we get
edge.
green?
Yeah.
Everyone
We'll get
fled.
basically everyone. We'll basically get everyone along that side except for red. It wouldn't get red.
Has everyone fled then?
At the start of the next round, everyone will have basically moved as far back as they can.
Okay.
So I'll draw it out when we get there.
Well, yeah, you said
um,
everybody was basically up the stairs and nobody was on the floor, so that's what I was doing.
No one's on like the dance floor part. No.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm rolling a bunch of dex saves.
I'm bringing fire to the dance floor, lads.
Oh, Karakan,
Shiny
18 plus
fire
1.
on the dance floor.
Green fails and blue fails. So the two
That's a big fireball.
two weaker guys fail,
Ooh.
and
5,
fucking
6,
hell.
5, 6, 5. 3, 2, 1.
It's
Go,
like,
baby,
it just
go,
petered
baby.
out at the end. So roaring flame and then just a little trickle at the end.
And cool. Yes, fireball sort of boom as it booms. You can hear the chandelier way up above sort of start to shake, and many of the sort of sconces, the flames just sort of like start to sort of flap around as the wave of air just permeates from this place. Everyone in the room begins to scream, just hearing this fireball sort of let out, but it has been safely produced, I guess. You were careful with it.
I know what I'm doing.
Anything else in your turn? Any bonus actions?
Should I roll the wisdom save before or after?
It'd be at the end of your turn. So
Okay, so yeah, I'll roll it now.
all right,
It's better. It's not great.
it's better, but sadly, no.
I will be happy.
Actually, no. It's a disadvantage if he's within line of sight. So you got a 3 because you're afraid of him. Therefore, it makes sense that to be not afraid of him, you might need to not see him for a second.
I see.
Yeah, there we go.
I
Next
think
up
your
in
main
night.
form of attacking that isn't hindered by advantage or disadvantage.
This guy around here, he's gonna have a little bit of fun. He's gonna sort of he can't see Griffin technically, and Galahad looks engaged. The guy through the fireball's a bit of a pest, but he's gonna sort of run out here to the side, and he's gonna point his sword towards a member of the crowd. And as he does so, it shoots out. I'm gonna hope that he hits a commoner. Yeah, of course he hits a commoner. Does he do enough damage? Yeah, he does enough damage to kill a commoner. Commoner dies. And the commoner becomes a zombie. So as this common person just sort of like falls to the ground, there's suddenly just this like snap and just as they start sort of slowly getting up on the ground, swiping at people all around them. And they'll just tack on to the end of initiative. But he does get multi-attack, but he can only do that once. So after that, he's going to pull out his longbow and just take a quick pot shot at Balzanor, because why the fuck not? Oh, 19 plus stuff, that hits. So longbow.
Plus what stuff?
Plus 4, so 23.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So that's 3 plus 2. That's 5 piercing damage. Nothing too bad for you. Righty. Griffin. What you up to all the way over there?
Is it still difficult terrain to push through here? Or
Yeah, difficult terrain to push through that area. Most of the people are gone now, but just the last few sort of carrying people with them and stuff like that.
for me to get there, that's my full 30 feet of movement. 10, 20, 30, yeah.
It is indeed, yes.
And then I'll see the one that just took a pot shot at Balzanor, and I'll hit him with a firebolt.
Alrighty, roll for fireball.
Actually, you just said the centre's all right for a fireball.
The centre's all right for a fireball, yeah.
Okay, I'll do the 3 in the middle then.
I'll say roll me a perception check.
I'm a very wisdomous boy.
You have no idea where Galahad is. So,
Okay.
fling a fireball into the centre.
In that case, I would go for all of them then. Love you, buddy.
Roll a dex save, Galahad.
Oh, that is the other end of the fireball spectrum.
That is the other end of the fireball spectrum. Yes. 2, 1, 3, 3, 1, 1, 5, 1. Yeah, that's just sad.
All
And
right.
Galahad,
need
you
to show you how
failed.
it's done.
So
I'm
what's
not
your
on my
spell save DC?
best. 17.
17. So Karakan failed. Blue also failed.
You take that 17 damage.
Green also failed. So Karakan not doing so well on that one.
You fail yours as well, Matt.
No, he passed Matt's. Failed yours. So Blue just gets suddenly eviscerated in this flame after failing. And actually, good point, because Green failed as well. So does Green. So just they just burn up in the flame. People once again sort of screaming and shouting out as another fireball is let off in this unenclosed room. Cool. Anything else, Griffin?
No, done my movement, done my action. I will leave that there.
Cool. Night 3 is dead, so we ain't doing shit. So now it's a zombie. And the zombie's just 5, 10, 15, 20. That's all he got. Actually, no, he's going to dash. 25, 30. 35, 40. He's just going to start running into the room like, running around everywhere. Next up would be Yara. But Yara's fucking gone.
Or is she?
Well, it's her turn. And nothing happens. So she's gone.
Yeah, she's gone.
So Hunter, what you up to?
Enjoying the ham.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna make my way along. I'm gonna move up along this way and see if I can scoop up another couple of knives from the extra tables and things. I want to have ammo to throw.
Just roll another quick investigation check. Because.
Oh, that's a lot better.
Yeah. Lots of knives. Found a nice cleaver.
Oh,
Big old meaty cleaver that's like halfway was into some ham that a server was getting. Yeah. Pretty good.
Okay. How many knives do I get?
You get, I'm going to say you get 4.
4, sweet. That brings me a total to 6 knives and 1 cleaver.
6 knives and a cleaver.
And I guess if that's a bonus action to pick them up, I guess for an action I'll try and throw one of them.
Yeah, sure.
I'll just roll a regular dagger for this. Oh, that'd be a disadvantage. 16 to hit Karakan.
16 doesn't hit Karakan.
Ah, no.
You just slightly misjudged the thing. These aren't throwing knives, these are just regular kitchen knives. And yeah, just sort of flies just a little bit past him.
Damn it, that was a fucking butter knife.
That's me.
Actually, oh yeah, of course. Rogues. Only have 1. Right. Karakan's turn. Does he get his super fun thing back? No. So, he's just going to do some stuff.
He doesn't get bigger.
He doesn't get bigger. He does pull back an arm, though, Galahad, and just goes to straight punch you in the face.
Kushti.
That's another 17.
Fuck off.
Which, yeah, hits. So that's... Oh, not good on the thing, though. That's 7 points of bludgeoning damage. And can you make me a strength saving throw?
Suck on it.
Oh.
Yeah, you're fine. You feel this, this fist just smashes you in the face. And a weaker man might have fallen over, might have been knocked prone. But you almost just stand there, and though you're sort of, your eyes are maybe streaming just that little bit, and maybe there's a slight crook in your nose now, but you've taken it pretty well. And being angry that you didn't fall over, he's going to whack you. Yeah, that's a 32 to hit. I'm sorry.
Pray for me. Pray for me.
I need more D8s.
You don't. No, you don't. You have enough.
He's got at
do
least a
not.
plus 13, if that's not crude.
An astute young man indeed.
What's he hitting him with? This isn't the fist again.
So the first one was his fist. The second one's his battle axe.
Right.
So that is 5. So that's 10 slashing damage and 16 necrotic damage.
26.
Yeah, overall. As he punches you and you manage to stand there, and then just slashes down your center. Oh no! I forgot to add rage damage. That's 26. That's 30.
Pray for Galahad.
Apologies.
He has hit.
Galahad.
He has hit me though. So can I hit him back?
You can hit him back.
I can't remember which one lets me do that though.
Riposte?
Riposte.
Yeah, I believe it's riposte.
A creature misses you with a melee attack. That's riposte.
Oh.
When a creature damages you, that's parry.
Hmm.
With a melee attack, you can use your reaction to expend 1 spirited dice to reduce the damage by the number on the. Can you do that? Because I really need to reduce the damage by any amount possible. Right. So superior dice. Here we go, baby. D8. 7.
7.
18?
Plus dex modifier. So my dex is 2.
Oh, you're parrying. Okay, never mind.
Dex is 2, so 9. Reduced by 9. So instead of 30, it's 21. Pretty good. Yeah, and I believe that's going to be it for him. He's in a pretty cushy place right now. He's an undead berserker dude, so he's happy to sit there. Galahad, it's now your turn.
I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Disengage.
Oh, because he hit you with a battle axe as well, your speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Oh,
Slash
terrific.
So, you're getting the fuck out of there. How are you doing? Are you disengaging?
Yeah, I said I was disengaging.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you disengaging.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I said, but yes, I'm disengaging.
Cool. 5, 10, 15, 20. Perfect. Alright. Yeah, you're there. That's your action and movement. Anything else on your turn, or are you good?
Think I am going to cheekily give myself 20 points from lay on hands.
That's an action.
Disengage is an action, and I'm not a rogue. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Well done, Ben. Just testing. I'm doing nothing else my turn.
Cool. Let's get this moving. We've then got Knight 1, who is here, who is going to see the two of you there, and he's going to use his life drain on Balzanor was frightened as well. That misses Balzanor with a 12. Pulls out his longbow and goes for fuck it. He's annoyed that he didn't get Balzanor. Balzanor again. That's 18.
Shield.
Finally pulls out his longbow, puts the thing, ding, ding, bounces off your shield easily enough. And then he's going to, he's going to stand next to Cleric. He's doing all right. Balzanor, it is now your turn.
I really want to use McCain, but I can't get any closer to him. So as Galahad has kindly vacated the premises.
Hang on. As you're also within 10 feet of me, does that give him any benefit from my
That will
aura?
give him benefit on his next wisdom save, yeah.
Okay.
When he's frightened.
Right. Oh wow!
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
your
that's been
your
some
fireballs have
fireball
been doing
whiskey.
really
And
well.
I took personal offence to Griffin's piss poor fireball in his.
I told you. I'm showing you how it's done.
Well,
And Karakan rolled a 1.
Of
let's see how
course.
the next one goes then. It's a good marker.
But the red guy rolled a 20, so he takes off. But Karakan, yeah, he rolled a 1. Jeez, Karakan. What's wrong with you, man?
What about the zombie?
Red must be close.
Yeah,
to
zombie rolled a
dead.
20. He's fine. Zombie. Oh, yeah, the zombie needs to make one. Oh, shit. Zombie rolled a 4. That would kill him instantly. He gets to make a con save. He's fine. Zombie stays up.
No.
The fireball definitely looks like it should have burned this guy to cinders, but somehow, even though the flesh is now charred and burned and sort of sloughing away, he's more skeleton than zombie, he's still up. Somehow. He sort of gets blown back and begins moving over. Cool. Night 2 is dead. Griffin. Your turn.
That's me. How's Red looking? Because he's taking some serious heat.
He has only just now taken some serious heat and he halved it. Beyond that, he hasn't taken anything. So...
Well, let's rectify that. I'll shout across the battlefield. Balzanor, how are you making your blazes so bright?
I thought red was. I thought the
It's
whole
all in
point
the
of
name.
Griffin's wisdom thing was that red was in his first fireball because he biffed it.
He was definitely in my first fireball. Yeah.
No, in Griffin's first
He was in
fireball.
mine.
Oh, in Griffin's first fireball.
Because he
yes.
biffed the wisdom check, or the perception check, so he hit Galahad and red.
Yes, you're right. I forgot to roll it for that. It was 17. He's failed, so he does take the 17 damage. Good looking out, JJ. So he's on that. Okay.
If we're
He
gonna
is
blow up
actually
Luke,
looking a bit hurt.
Then
He is looking a bit hurt. Is
I
red.
want it to be for a
He's,
good reason.
he's looking pretty rough, pretty bunged up, pretty roughed up.
Balzanor, how does one produce such an amazing blaze?
Well, what you do is you you train for a long time and become
Yeah.
as good as me.
Board, fire.
You're improving. You're learning from the loss.
You're learning. Fucking hell, this is just a fireball frenzy.
There was not enough
the,
people on the dance
this is
floor. We brought the heat.
This is the pre-build when we do our roofing. This is what we do to start.
Yeah, this
Lay the
is
foundations
like
then.
Imagine the
It's
hell
like
you're
one of
gonna
them
get for
scenes in the
re-roofing
films.
castle.
yeah, this is like one of them scenes in the films where like everyone's like firing down on this middle point, and like all these things are dying around Karakan, but he's just stood there like fucking taking it, and absolutely tanking it. So 25, you rolled a 19 on the dice, plus 1. So he does
Red.
make that. Red, I think red dies no matter what. Red doesn't die no matter what, but he failed the save, so he does die. Oh, and the zombie needs to make it.
Combos.
You must be dead.
Zombie with a natural 20,
Oh, for God's sake.
but it still might. The damage would still technically kill him, so he needs to roll to see if he's 2 nat 20s for the zombie. The zombie's still fucking in it.
This guy's robust.
This guy's robust. Basically, as far as you're aware, being a true paladin, zombies do have a supernatural tendency to remain alive even after taking very sufficient damage. So when they are to be killed, they can make a con save against like 10 or half the damage, and if they succeed, they're fine, and the zombie survived. So this zombie's fine, but Karakan does take half damage to 12, so 1.
Is it still difficult terrain here, or is that?
No, you are good. You are good now. Most of the people have vacated. Everyone's running around. I'll draw like a really brief sort of like line of where everyone is. So everyone's sort of pulling around this sort of area here. Behind that sort of blue line is where all the masses of people that did used to fill up this place are now crowding. And as the time goes, I'll move that line down and sort of show where people are eventually leaving from.
Okay, and I'll use 2 sorcery points. And
Yes.
I'm gonna fire off a firebolt at Karakan.
At Karakan. Rolled it.
23.
23 hits. Yeah, Karakan's
16.
just taking all this shit. That's a lot. Alrighty.
I will draw my Pain Rapier.
Yeah, twist it back.
I'll level it with Karakan. I'll say, how about you pick on someone your own size, you undead piece of rubbish?
Terrifying.
It was surprisingly eloquent for... Not eloquent. Tame for Griffin.
Tame's the right idea. I've been chatting to a nice lady all evening.
Okay.
I feel a bit more civilized. You wait till I get hit, then it'll all disappear.
Hunter, you're up.
Okay, this is like a bit of a stage thing, so is there any more movement to like get onto it?
Yeah, it costs like difficult terrain to sort of like just
Okay.
climb up sort of the couple of
So
feet onto it.
5,
Yeah.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 feet. Gets me to here,
Yep.
and I'm gonna try and stab him.
Alrighty.
Step.
23 hits.
Excellent. I shall roll a 1, 5.
5.
Great.
5 damage.
Okay, then I've still got some more.
That'll show.
Yeah, exactly. I've still got some more movement, so I'm just going to go 5, 10, 15, and then I go bonus action dash, another 5, 10, 15 feet. There we go. And just get nice story over here.
And you have the mobile feat, so you're perfectly fine.
No
You
attacks
don't
of
need to do
opportunity.
anything. Indeed. Isn't that lovely?
Look at
Karakan's
the guys
turn.
I'm helping.
I forgot to do the zombie's turn, by the way. The zombie would, after seeing Griffin go there, just and try and make a lazy swipe against Griffin. 11
Oh,
doesn't hit. Just almost like throws too much of its weight around, and some of its sort of charred remains sort of splash over your fancy clothes. But that's basically it. Okay, now Karakan's turn. Does Karakan get his thing back? Yes, it does, with a 6. And this time he's going to use a different ability. So you can see Karakan just slams his foot against the ground once more and almost like begins to rear it up like a bull preparing to charge. And he is going to charge at the two of you. Can you both make me a strength saving throw?
Certainly. No, I can't.
All right. Balzanor, you take 48 points of bludgeoning damage.
oh man.
Sorry, bludgeoning and bludgeoning and necrotic. 20 bludgeoning, the rest necrotic. Galahad, you take half, so 24. As he physically like bull charges you and just slams you down. And Balzanor, you are also ejected from your space as he hits you. And for cinematic sake, I'm going to say he hits you so physically hard that you slam through the leg of this here horsey. And you go 5, 10, 15, 20, and land right about there. Galahad, you're fine. So technically, he is pushed back to sort of here.
Bitch. How much was the damage I took? Has taken half.
You took 24.
That's half damage.
That's half damage.
2, 4.
2, 4, yes.
Not 2 plus 4 is 6.
Not 2 plus 4 is 6. 2, 4, half damage.
You're behaving like you took full damage. Dude.
Are you down?
That's good. I'm down.
And as you get slammed by this thing, it's just one of those things where you manage to sort of hold off most of the thing and getting sort of flung away, but it's just that final sort of thing where he hits you and you sort of stumble back and stop yourself from falling back too far, but then in correcting yourself you just doof, onto your knees, doof, onto the floor, and Galahad goes down. That'll be interesting. Because that's the end of his turn. Galahad, can you make me a concept? I have to say, he did roll extremely well on that. But
Reassuring.
Galahad fails the death save.
Doc.
Where is he? He's going to make an appearance today.
He's gonna come in looking like absolute shit, slightly mad. maybe even start hitting Caracan. Who knows?
Go get yourself.
Jojo's smiling like a man that knows that that might happen.
Knows that all is lost.
That's all right. We got Hunter nipping in and out with his 5 damage each time.
It could be more if I had an ally within 5 feet, but that ally's just gone down.
Which, let me tell you, for a guy that used to be a level 20 barbarian, 5 damage is like stubbing his toe.
Oh, of course, he's raging, isn't he? He's not even taking all of it.
Fuck yeah.
And he's a zealot as well, which means that even if we kill him, he won't go down.
He was a zealot. That shit went when he died.
Okay.
This is something new. Cool. Night 1 is dead. Balzanor, you're up. You are on the floor after being thrown through a fucking horse statue and onto the ground. And you know what? For poetic sake, I'm going to say this statue is looking like it's about to sort of crumble one way. It's not quite yet, but you can definitely hear like sort of cracks and things going all the way up through it.
I am going to Tasha's otherworldly guise and fly up so we can't do that again.
Alrighty. That does sound like a pretty good plan.
I'll go up my max, so up 40 feet.
Up 40 feet. Gotcha.
It is a bonus action, but I can't really use another spell, so yeah, that's it. Can you use a cantrip? I thought that was
Yeah. Cantrip isn't a spell.
Okay, well, fireball.
I mean, it is a spell, but it's not a spell, so fireball. Yeah.
The rule is 2 leveled spells. Cantrips are fine.
Yeah. 24 hits. So as you get this new angle on him, you manage to just, realize that his head's a little more in proportion now. Bang. Fireball. Onto his head. 21.
What have you been smoking? I'd like some.
Mate,
I'm just blazing at this party.
You need to warm me up with a party every time we go to battle. Otherwise,
yeah, we'll throw however many thousands worth of gold party just so you can do 10 more damage than you normally do.
Actually, to be fair, it's probably the jacket and the suit. I just feel so cool that it's just all coming out.
The more red you're wearing, the better your fire damage.
You've nailed it. It's my special card.
Just create a party atmosphere around him at all times.
Cool. That's Balzanor. Griffin, you're up.
I'm gonna some fancy flourishes to this like dribbling zombie. On guard and stab him.
Yeah.
He's been robust, this boy.
Yeah, it's been quite robust. This little guy.
Wisdom save.
Yeah, wisdom save for.
Doesn't matter. Carry on.
Oh, that's a good point. Actually, then your 24 would be a 12 because it's a disadvantage. So you miss with your firebolt.
Oh no.
So I'm going to just add that damage back on.
Sorry, I reminded him.
14 does it. Yes.
9 piercing.
9 piercing. Roll a con save. And there it is. The zombie finally fucking dies. This thing is like barely there. It's almost a mercy kill at this point. And you shove it between his sort of like spinal column, twist, and the whole thing just clatters into just a pile of bones. Zombie gone. What else you got?
Go ahead. I'll choose another 2 sorcery points. Fire another firebolt at the big boy.
Alrighty.
Totally biff it.
Very much biff it.
And shout, "Oi! I believe I challenge you to a duel."
Roll me either intimidation or persuasion.
Oh, absolutely intimidation. I have quite good intimidation. I don't think I've ever rolled it. I believe I compelled you to a duel.
You needed that. I'll say so. Yeah, you sort of shout back to him, and you don't know what it is about what you said, but it stopped him from raising his axe down onto Galahad, as he was told to get Galahad. And he turns.
Oh God, you cunt!
Yeah, there it is.
Cool. Hunter, you're up. So for the benefits of everything, the crowds are moving back, so just like way back there.
I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15 feet. Make a quick attack roll. That's a 9. Cool. And then we're just gonna go 5, 10, 15. I can't see this, guys. 20, 25, 30. Hang on. So what, 15, so 20, 25,
Hang on a minute.
30, 35, 40,
There's
45,
Damien.
50.
That's a good point. Did Damien come into the party?
Yes.
Ah,
Yeah,
yes.
we were definitely talking about having him.
We did actually say he was coming. In
Boss,
fairness.
boss, what's happening?
Okay.
We thought we
gonna-
clearly ran out with the rest of the party.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
that's what they
here's-
do, don't
Oh,
they?
they're not here. They're split. Oh shit! Yeah, I fight. Right, I'll go back.
So here's what's been happening. Damien ate some pretty bad food. You don't know what it was, but Damien clearly isn't very in tune with this fancy food, and he went out onto the balcony to throw up. He did hear everything sort of going on in the sort of central chamber, and he is, I will say, roll initiative for Damien.
I mean, on the subject of people who aren't here, where are the fucking guards?
Yeah.
The guards are
They've just
dealing with the
noped out.
people. The guards are dealing with the people around, and I think, yeah. To be fair, I might have forgotten to mention it. The 3 knights that you guys faced weren't necessarily the only people around. Other sort of shadows and dark things were formed around, and that's what the guards are doing. You can see Councilman Ivan sort of fighting off against another one of these white things. Even Moraines stood there, just like blasting a thing in the face with some magic missiles.
Ooh. I believe did you say it was EJ that asked for the guards are?
Yeah,
I think this is thoroughly above their pay grade.
that's both my
Oh,
favourite
yeah.
as well.
Imagine a bunch of
That's
guards
how
with
I
11
try.
hit points running around here trying to take on Karakan. That shit would be
The guards,
nightmare.
the elite guards should have more than 11 hit points.
No, elite guards, sure. They have like 30, 40, 50, something like that. Anyway.
We're sussing out the numbers, guys. This heist is coming together. We will steal the crown jewels. After 3
Anyway,
years,
so-
we've got the answers out of him.
11. Where were we in the initiative order? So we just done
I was at 12.
Griffin, we done Hunter. So, pardon, sorry?
I was at 12 in the initiative.
You were at 12. So I haven't done Karakan's turn yet, so why don't you say Damien goes now? He's just now entered the room and gone, oh shit. But Damien doesn't have a cane sword. Damien has nothing. Also remember, Damien also doesn't have any armored clothing like you guys. He is 10 plus dex in terms of
Good for David.
ability.
Right? He was always cannon fodder.
Good for Damien.
He's-
Galahad's down.
He's gonna shout over to Griffin because he
It's a
can't
secret.
see. I'm guessing really Galahad.
Yeah, from that angle he probably would be able to. Especially given the leg that was bust out by Balzanor's body being thrown through it.
Ow.
What's going on?
Are you shouting that to me?
Yeah. You only
Use
got
your
6
fucking
seconds to
eyes,
reply.
Damien. Galahad's down. If you can get him, do it.
Okay.
Yeah, expert sage advice: kill him before he kills you.
Yes, exactly.
Uh,
Also, don't eat the shrimp next time. It won't mess with your stomach as much.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
So, right. Just bear with.
If that's the shrimp that Damien ate to keep him away, you should have seen what Doc ate.
Doc's on the on the hallucinogenic drugs, I think.
All right, fine.
Popped a
He's
Zanny in the
gonna-
toilet, and it's not a Zanny.
Oh, safe. So he can just get there.
Alright.
Can he try and stabilize? Actually, screw that. No. He's got spells. He has a spell.
He has a
Yeah.
spell.
Yeah,
Right,
he
yeah,
can cast Cure Wounds once per day.
Technically, he has
He
3 spells.
cure wounds once per day.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
Is
not a
that-
very trained paladin.
Cure wounds.
That's his attempt at lay on hands. 9. Nice. You get 9 hit points. Galahad, suddenly after being battered around from being sort of slammed into the back of the slammed into the back of the statue and toppled over, you suddenly just and your back feels like just a lot of pebbles.
Feels 900 years old.
Yeah, he's feeling his age.
Um,
But you're up.
his
alright.
Damien's then gonna try and like back under the leg of the horse for some cover. Try and like tuck him.
That
under
would be
there.
an attack of opportunity.
Oh yeah, it would, wouldn't it? Oh,
It would.
Shit. He may die.
But Galahad will live.
I believe you did just very publicly label him cannon fodder.
Nah, he's going to risk the attack of opportunity to hide.
Alright. That's yeah, that hits because Damien's
No.
HP is so crap.
No.
AC is so crap.
Yeah, his HP is not bad.
So this is a lot of
His
dice
HP.
plus a lot of things because barbarian. Cool. Actually, that's not a thing. That's 25 points of slashing damage. Slashing and necrotic.
Okay.
Split.
Cool. You can
And
take
yeah.
that.
He quickly just hides away. Cool. Next up is Karakan's turn. 28 intimidation helped.
Did a rogue not
But-
stabbing him in the leg help?
A rogue not stabbing him in the leg was like a kid coming up to you and poking you in the side and then running away.
Oh, I'd beat that kid up.
So he's just going to look down at you, Galahad, and just shout, "No!" and go for a punch attack on you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what?
He has advantage, so crit fish, but no, it's a 19 plus stuff. So that's D10 plus. I mean, I'm just going to say it now. You're down because his modifier is 9.
Fantastic.
Outside of the dice rolls, so you're down again.
Well, at least
As
my
you
death
just
saves
begin-
should start again, right?
Yeah, your death save start again. So you like
Woo.
you sort of begin to get up, and he just looks down at you. No, punches your head, and it just slams into the stone, and you're just fucking out again. And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. No, I've fucked that up somehow. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Now he's going to make an axe attack against you,
Finally.
Griffin. 6, fucking hell, 29.
Yes. I'm going to eat this. Give it to me.
So that's 10, 17. Oh, for fuck. I'm really sorry. On 48, I rolled an 8, a 7, an 8, and a 2. So 8, 15, 23, 25, 34 points of slashing and necrotic damage.
How much is a necrotic?
The necrotic was fuck. That was 8. That's 8 plus 9. 8 plus 9 is 17. So if it was 34, that would be 3, 10. So 17 necrotic.
So half to 8.
Half to 8.
So 25 total.
25 total.
You strike like a little bitch.
Cool.
Someone please come and help me.
Next up would be Galahad. Galahad, make me another death save.
At 20, come on. Up. Oh, God.
Nah, 6. You, this time just being hit in the head, you are bleeding here, son. Cause you're bleeding out. Cool. Balzanor, you're 40 feet in the air.
Can I fly down and stabilize?
Roll me a medicine check. That is your action to do so.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Medicine check, DC 10. 18. Yeah, you're fine. You've dealt with similar sort of head injuries and things before. You managed to just rip off a little bit of your sort of cloak or whatever and just wrap it round, wake him up, get him conscious. Well, not conscious, but get him to a point where he's not bleeding out. Galahad, you don't have to make death saves, but you're unconscious until you regain hit points.
Can I also then give him a small healing potion? So would that make him conscious?
That would then make him conscious.
Yeah, I'll give him one of my small healing potions I have.
Alrighty, roll 2d4 and add 2.
For future reference, you can just do the potion.
6.
You don't have to worry with the medicine check.
Yeah, you could have just poured the potion down his throat.
I thought
Actually-
that was
He just followed procedure.
Okay, actually,
exactly.
I'm going to allow it. because
Concussion
actually
injury, you
giving
have to make sure you follow procedure.
Yeah, I'm actually going to allow it because giving someone else a healing potion is an action. But you got the medicine check, and I can't be asked with that stuff because that just makes this go on longer. So yeah, you
fair.
gave him a healing potion. Galahad, you're back up with 6 HP. Cool.
I am
Griffin.
having a rough day.
Hard
I
to,
know
hard
how
to
Doc
tank.
felt in the
Do
last couple of
I still have a
fights.
bonus action?
It's hard to tank without your tank, Luke.
Yeah, it's rough.
Do I still have a bonus action then?
Yes, you would, yeah.
Cool. Check a firebolt.
Alrighty, knock off the sorcery points
Galahad.
and roll to hit.
Wouldn't be the first
Oh.
time.
Hey,
Is he still
let's
scared?
go. Yes, you are, but an 18 does actually hit.
Oh my god!
So that's 22.
Oh, that's lovely.
5.
Wait, where did you gotta wear
22
this
points
suit
of
all the
fire
time?
damage. And even in your just like scared stupor, you've grown to maybe somewhat like Galahad, and him getting absolutely bashed is making you realize this guy is a little bit of a problem. So you just turn around, face your fears for this brief moment, and like a sort of baseball player or cricket player, whatever, just straight into the back of the head, and this flame just burns down his back beneath his armor. Nicely done. With that, Griffin, it is your turn.
I shall use my sorcery points
Yes.
to, as a bonus action, turn myself invisible.
Alrighty. You suddenly become invisible. You are concentrating on a spell.
Give him a little
And-
grin before I disappear, and then I shall strike him from my
The
position.
shadows. Gotcha.
26?
26 does hit, yeah. Forgot advantage.
And then gonna bung a smite on this. That might surprise you.
Doesn't, to be fair. You wouldn't believe it.
88, 48. The highest you can go to is 5d8, isn't it? Is level 4?
yes.
No, 6,
Yeah.
6 on undead.
Or
Yeah.
6 on, yeah, but like, so without the bonus, it's level 4, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that. So that's 68.
68.
$27.
27, fucking hell. Alright, he
And then I shall
did not like
strike
that at all.
Again. 19 hits.
19 hits, yep.
6 piercing damage, and then we shall hit him with another 68 radiant. 27 again.
27 again, fucking hell. Alright. All right. He's looking
I'm
pretty
gonna-
rough now. These are two heavy, with such a light sort of cane sword. It's the radiant damage just burning through and between his plates of armor that's physically making him roar and scream out into this hall. He's looked definitely a lot better.
Sidestep around him slightly.
Step around him.
No, I'm trying to do that so that he doesn't know where I am. So I don't know if you want me to roll stealth.
Yeah. Roll stealth. This wouldn't be with disadvantage for the first time in a very long time. So,
It's still absolute dog shite. Yeah.
yeah, it is. Even just like moving around this way, the floor is, it's a ballroom floor. It's kind of squeaky. So as you turn, the just and he just turns around towards you. Cool. People begin to back out of the room. Everything's fine after your turn. Hunter, probably get this done in this round of initiative. So let's, depending on obviously rolls and stuff. But so if you want, bear with me just one moment. So Hunter,
Okay.
what you doing?
I'm gonna move up to him. Do I get flanking if Griffin's invisible and like?
I'm gonna say
know where
yes.
He is?
I'm going to say because of the failed stealth check, he knows someone is that way. So yes, I'm going to say you would get flanking in this moment. Because he knows he's behind him somewhere, and then you rock up on the other side.
Okay.
One of them rare things where a failed check actually benefits you.
Okay. An 18 to hit.
18 hits!
Okay. So I'll do the dagger damage first, and then for the first time, I will roll a sneak attack. 11.
Fuck yeah!
That's not great.
That's not
It's
great.
got two
no.
ones. It's 3-1, 3-3-1. But I'll take it.
15. Alright. Alright, cool.
And then I'm going to bonus action offhand attack as well. For a 23.
23. Gets him as well.
6 points of damage, and then I moved 5 feet, so I'm just going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm just going to move 35 feet away from him.
Sounds good. Karakan's turn. Now, he could be a right bitch. He's... wait, can you make it? Yeah. Yeah, he's going to do something interesting and cinematic. So, with you disappeared, Griffin, he ain't got no time for this. He is a dumbass barbarian. And therefore, he's going to... Actually, no, does need to see if he gets it. Which he doesn't. It's actually a good thing I remembered that. Really good thing I remembered that. So you're disappeared, but you failed a stealth check. So I guess first he'll see if he can try and slap you, as he just sort of like aimlessly just waves his giant dwarven hand across the way. Would be with disadvantage. Oh, that's still a 23. So just as he's sort of swiping across, he does hit you. Can you make me a strength saving throw?
That's
Ooh, okay.
strength saving. So here we go. Oh,
Oh my god. So you just get wiped out by this thing, completely clotheslined. You're about to go left. He hears the slight squeak of your feet and almost like very impressively for an undead creature reacts and just clotheslines you to the ground. You take 18 points of bludgeoning damage. And you are now prone. And this attack would be with advantage, but you're still invisible technically. So then somewhat guessing where you are now that he thinks you're prone.
did you say I'd gone backwards or just gone prone?
No, you've just gone prone.
Alright.
And then he's going to try and hit you with... Oh, that's... what's
I
that?
suppose before you do it, I should make a con save to see if
Ah,
I'm
yes.
invisible.
Good point.
Invisible still.
Yeah, you're invisible still. But that is a 4 plus Good. Yeah, that hits 6 rolls. 19 to hit.
I can't do anything about that. My AC's so what's the AC? 12. Your base is
So your base with the elven garments and the leather padding is 13 plus dex.
13 plus dex. So that is 13, 14, and then because my defensive fighting style, I've got 15. And then if I do shield, I've got 20. So I'll shield.
How have you got the defensive fighting style?
Through my paladin stuff, I think.
Paladins don't get defensive fighting style.
Not fighting style, the fighting thing.
Huh?
That's why my AC is higher, because my fighting style is defensive, I think.
Paladins do get defensive, I'm pretty sure.
They do.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I got.
They do. Oh my lord, Styx has been doing it all wrong.
It does say while you're wearing armor, so does my stuff count?
Oh, that's a good point. You're not wearing armor. You're just wearing an outfit.
It is an armored outfit.
Please.
It's an arm. It does have leather padding, so it is basically like wearing leather armor underneath the thing. So technically, I'll allow it. You guys paid the money for it. I'll allow it.
Okay, yeah, I'll
Take
shield
away
then.
our ACDM.
So your shield, that this heavy sort of axe swing then just comes bearing down on you. Boing! But it sort of bangs off. And for this moment, he can see just about where you are. But yeah, not quite any of that stuff. And this magic shit is pissing him off a little bit. And he just sort of like stands there, roars down at you. Next up, we have Galahad. Galahad, can you make me... You're up. No, you're up. So you're good.
I'm making shit.
What would you like to do?
I'm going to lay on hands 44 points.
Yes.
Which should give me 44 plus 6, 50 points. Woohoo!
Oh, that's good. You can get slammed across the room again now.
Yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20.
Has to get a little break in between slammings, though.
Yeah, everyone needs some time to recharge between a good slamming.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Always
So
find that
action,
slamming
right on
immediately
hands.
after one slamming is a good idea until you've done it, and then it's not.
Yeah. And then you run up by the side of your good Puddy and pal. Buddy and pal. I'm doing really well with the words today.
How much have you had to drink?
I've only had this one.
I didn't
The
realise
last
you had any, to be
half.
honest.
Cool. Any bonus actions, or is that it?
Nope. That's
Cool.
it.
Balzanor, what you doing? Oh, actually, Damien.
Sorry?
We forgot about Damien.
Yeah,
I forgot
Damien.
Damien's meant to go after you anyway, so from now on, Damien just goes after you. Damien has no weapons.
I know.
No nothing.
I've
I
got
can't-
many knives. Damien's got no weapons, and I'm just there, just like counting their knives.
Can he cast Hellish Rebuke?
That's a reaction when he's hit.
Is it? Well.
Go
then-
get hit. Go get hit, Luke. I think.
No.
Run him,
He's
smack him on the ass, and run out.
dumb, but he's not that dumb.
Alright, what's he doing? Trying to get
That's
through
it.
these.
He's just moving across.
Cool, moving across. Cool. In which case, then yeah, Balzanor, what you doing? You're on the ground, but you have massive wings.
Where can I get advantage from? Is it
It
There.
would be there,
Or there?
yes.
what,
There.
up here? Up here.
Yes.
Okay. In that case, I'll try to count again. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35. I can go 5 feet in the air just for the hell of being in the air.
Fantastic.
That's. I kind of wanted to be a bit higher, but oh well. And I'm going to whip out my flail cane.
Flail cane. You twist the end, twist it back, and suddenly just the head of it just and you just start spinning it round in your hand. Cool. What you doing with it?
I was going to aim at his head with it.
Fantastic. Roll to hit. Please.
Oh my god. What is
Oh, very nicely done.
Oh.
7.
Hello?
Oh. He's still up.
Well, we'll do it again then. Oh, fuck's sake.
Oh god.
Second time doesn't quite make it. First one, boom, gets him right round the back of the head. And as he turns, he just ducks underneath and slashes away at your thing. Unfortunately, you weren't able to hit that second one. Griffin, your
Wisdom.
oh yes, wisdom save as well. Oh yes, no, you weren't able to fly up to him
Oh, fuck.
because
yeah,
you're frightened.
This has ruined you.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
So never mind. I will add those hit points back.
Oh, well then, in that case, fireball.
Does that mean he shouldn't have been able to go towards Galahad and give him a potion then?
Oh,
Yes, but that happens so far
Lateral
back.
movement. Lateral
That-
movement.
I'm just gonna say that through seeing Galahad go down again,
I
he
was going
got courage
behind
for a brief
round
second, and
through maybe the statue. I don't know if that because it wasn't line of sight. I don't
That works.
know.
Behind the
yeah,
statue is fine.
fuck it,
Yeah.
yeah.
I went through the
Anyway,
legs of the statue, which I had also just gone through because I'd been chucked through it a second ago. So I knew.
Your vision
Anyway,
was
yeah,
really
what you
blurry
doing?
from the concussion, so you couldn't see anything.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't know what I was walking into. In that case, I'm going to fireball this motherfucker.
fireball this motherfucker.
He's dead.
Oh, that's a 2 on the dice. Yeah, Balzanor, how would you like to do this?
Well, I clearly couldn't do it the way I'd like to, but how first question, how low is that spike from the statue?
From the ground, it's sort of like 10 feet up. You know,
Oh, he's going to
high
get
enough so that
slightly pushed back into that spike, I think. 'Cause he's pretty
Oh.
yeah, your thing for cinematic sake, your thing sort of blows. Actually, I'm gonna say just for cinematic sake, you blow up the sort of like statue next to him, so that his back is burned, and sort of the straps and things that keep his armor together give way. His back and all the back just burns up, and he drops to one knee. Just
so the statue doesn't crumble apart, but the base it falls away from the base. The spike goes down on him, and the horse basically ends up looking like it's standing properly like a normal horse.
I love it, and it just kind of looks like this knight person, this knight statue is now just stabbing down onto Karakan, and it's just sink. And even with his strength and undeath, he's just like on his knees, just in the middle of this hall. The whole sort of area goes silent. Everyone leaves the room. I'll say for the next sort of minute, you guys aid in cleaning up the rest of the undead that have befallen this party. The night, sort of after a few mere minutes of easy bloodshed, taking care of a couple of things, eventually sort of winds down. And in the center of the room, you can meet Councilman Ivan, who is stood there out of breath, blood smeared in his face. And we'll pick that back up after a really, really quick break where I can go pee.
I need this end.
Yes, and I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes.
See you shortly.
Goodbye. I'll have to rewatch that now. Yeah, sorry.
They're actually decent. They hold up, their movies. Not gonna lie.
It just loses its way in the last two, I think.
Oh, see, I actually thought the last one had some cool scenes, but yeah, it did. It wasn't the same. It wasn't the Hunger Games. It was just generic action movie by those points.
Also,
But anyway.
they fell victim to that thing that every film seems to do. They're like, oh, the last one, we must split that in two.
Yeah.
Part 1 and Part 2, you got to have it.
Yeah,
It was barely enough
possibly
content
just
in
have
the
it as
final
well.
book for one film, let alone two.
Yeah. Anyway, jumping back into it. So after a few minutes of zombie slaying and things like that, where you guys just catch a bit of a breather, face something that's a little bit easier pace, eventually the room goes quiet. Guards flood into the room, taking away bodies of zombies. Many are trying to figure out what the hell they're going to do with Karakan's body now, because this is the royal throne room. And there is an undead saint of Ambyr speared by a statue. This is a very odd experience.
Cut it
And
into
there's lots of
pieces
sort of...
and bury it again. That way, when he comes back, the next time you've got 4 times the problem. Oh wait, that doesn't.
Yeah. There are many sort of priests about as well, hearing that it's undead. Priests are sort of blessing the area, effectively going about a very long process of casting, almost like a ritualistic process of casting, almost like forbiddens. Even though it's a little bit late for that, but they figure they might as well, just in case of a secondary attack. Ivan eventually comes up to you, as I said, sort of smeared and covered in blood. His great axe does seem to have had some effect and some action. And as he sort of comes up to you, he walks up and he just sort of like taps the side of his great axe with his ring finger. He has this like large golden, very, very sort of big sort of like dwarven steel ring, and he just taps his great axe twice, and suddenly the great axe disappears and goes within his ring. And he just looks at you all. You weren't the only ones who came prepared. Anyway,
Where'd you get one of them? Who's your smith?
Old family heirloom, this one. It's what you get from being one of the great families of Hawksmoor. Works like a charm. Anyway.
If you die in the coming war, I'll be the first to peel that off your corpse.
And you know what? I couldn't stop you. Unless... Is that how it works? If you're killed by undead, I'd come back, because then I would be trying to stop you and you'd have to kill me again. That'd be a whole deal. Whole thing. Anyway, you can start anything. I'm not going to go on about the ring. Anyway, good job. Don't exactly know what we're going to do about that, and I'll admit I've never seen a dwarf that size. I'm just looking over at sort of Karakan's body. So that's Karakan. The saint, the guy that we have holidays for, and who gets me a day off every year. That's the guy.
That is not Karakan. That is merely a corruption of his remains.
I see. I agree. I assume that's not him. That's not his mind. I guess it's one of the age-old questions, really. Soul and all that. Anyway, I don't know if you're listening to that Lady Yara, but our plans seem to have accelerated. So too should ours. You lot should go back and get some rest while you can. We don't know how long we've got until the siege, and tomorrow everyone is up early getting things done, getting shit done. The city needs to be prepared for a fight. And it will be, whenever that time comes. We're nearly there. I think the forces from Inksworth should be here maybe in a few hours. And we did hear from some forces elsewhere, but they probably won't be here for a day or two. So I'll keep you all updated on that. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, gentlemen. I recommend getting some sleep. Galahad, if you don't mind me saying, you do look a little bit Worse for wear. And at that point, the statue next to you just goes crumbles down on the Balzanor, completely fell through. We're not paying for that. Nor are you. We'll redo this place. Less statues. He sort of scratches his head and proceeds to walk off unless there's any questions or anything you would like to ask.
See you tomorrow morning.
Yeah. As you head out the door, Lady Dewforge is there, and she does greet you all. She hasn't faced much of the combat, but she did receive a little bit of a gash, seems from a blade wound just on her arm. She's all right. She's being tended to by several clerics, but she just sort of looks at you. Oh, gentlemen, I just wanted to say, maybe one day you'll get a nice evening, and I hope, for what it's worth, you did enjoy yourselves at least a little before all of that. Hunter, you're free to go. Your debt has been paid. Favor paid. More so than I could have asked. Thank you. I will let you know if anything comes of Lady the Fatar twins. I believe they've already gone. I wouldn't be surprised if they knew this attack was coming in the first place. I think I will be getting some rest myself, but I would definitely recommend you all get a little bit of rest and recuperation. It's getting late anyway. Thank you. No, clerics tend to her again.
Lovely to meet you, Hunter. Thank you for all your hard work.
It's been an experience, I'll say. An experience. If this is what you do for a living, I'll go back to what I do for a living, if you don't mind.
That's okay. Maybe a bit of advice next time. Bring your own knives.
Good advice. Sound advice.
Bring your own knives and kill it before it kills you. That's all mantras to live by.
With that, Hunter fades off to do whatever the hell Hunter's going to do in the future days.
Flog some of the shit that I pilfered from all the nobles.
Well, yeah, pretty much. The rest of you, carriages are taking people home, and you guys are definitely offered some first dibs on some of them. Most people have decided to just fucking peg it across the bridge and run as far away as they can. But you guys are, you're given a ride to wherever you would like to go. It is about midnight at this point. So, if you want, you can head back to the Temple of Pelor, unless there's anywhere specific anyone would like to go. Most temples and things are open most nights, and hey, there's still taverns and shit open if you want to get a drink. But
I suppose first point of order should probably be finding Doc. So we don't have any way to communicate with him, do we?
Do any of you have any spell that might be able to send a particular message or anything like that?
Sending, mayhaps.
Yeah, a spell might be good for sending messages.
No, I was just looking up. I think it's only bards, druids, and clerics.
I think it's bards, wizards, and clerics.
That's
Yeah.
What did I say? Druids. No, druids. Wizards.
Yeah, so sadly,
That
none
is
of you...
none of us. But could our good friend at the temple help us out?
Potentially, yeah. Which good friend you've got? Priest Tyrion.
That's one
Yeah, Tyrion could potentially help you if you went back there.
I was just casting a shield in the middle of all this.
That's
Matt,
just
you're on
like.
mute.
Yes, I am on mute. I was just saying, just trying to close spells on my sheet. Sorry.
Balzanor seeing things.
Yes, he's still a bit dazed. Oh, deal with that. Yeah.
Anyway, so you all get a ride back. The air is fresh and comforting. It's a cold and chilly night, and by the time you sort of getting back. It's leaning on sort of 1 in the morning. You would have to wake Tyrion up as he is in bed sleeping. There's a whole sort of like in the Cathedral of Pelor. There is a whole sort of like place for people to sleep, basically. And you guys have your own sort of like room. It's a large room with like 4 or 5 beds. Tyrion has his own place. He sleeps with the other priests and monks of this and abbots at this temple. So if you want, you can go wake him up and ask.
Yes, I mean, if we could be in combat in any second now, so we need everything's a matter of urgency, I think.
Yeah, you head across to sort of into your quarters and don't quite head into your own yet. Go towards where Tyrion might be. Open up the door, wake him up. He now has like a sort of like large sort of like splint thing just across his leg. If you remember, he had his leg broken. It's healing extremely fast. It seems that through his own efforts and the efforts of the people around him in the temple, his broken leg is coming on pretty well. And you can see sort of like leaning against his bed. He has some crutches that'll help him maneuver around. You do wake him up and say, "Oh, what? Oh, gentlemen. Hello. Sorry. Let me just need." Pulls on just like a sort of like
they said not to come right into your room and wake you up while you're in your bed, but we're very impatient.
Yes, I've learned that. What can I help you with?
Well, firstly, this isn't our blood, and secondly, we need to find our friend Doc.
It never is with any of you, is it?
I think that speaks to us being good
To
at
be
our
fair,
job.
most of that is probably Galahad's.
Some of it is Galahad's blood.
You mean Dokrumir? What happened to him?
He went shopping a while ago, and he must have found some really good deals because he hasn't come back yet.
Oh.
I'm just a bit worried about him because he's got a bit of a problem with money.
Oh, I have to admit, I never got that impression from him before.
No, he's very good at hiding it.
Oh, right. I see. I will try and send him a message.
Thank you. It's
yes. So I'll take up my highest level slot for the day, but whatever. Let me just, and he just like reaches under his bed. There's a few sort of like small clerical notes and things like, yes. All right. And Doc, you're in the plane of pandemonium.
Mm-hmm. This
would be around the time you're with your friend, and you're just walking through the tunnels. Actually, no, this would be around the time you're in your building.
Right. In the shelter I
and
got.
yeah, and you receive a message from Priest Tyrion.
Am I awake at
Dokrumir,
this time, or is it while I'm sleeping?
This would probably be around the time you're just about setting down for bed.
Okay.
Receive Dokrumir.
Does it make it through?
Your friends are here. Oh yes, I need to roll. Was it D100 to see if it makes it across the plains? Like 5% chance of failure. Yeah, you're fine. Cool. 47. So Dokrumir, your friends are here with me. They worry about you. Where are you? If you have a problem, I can help. Tyrion.
Okay. I'll reply. Temporarily stuck in pandemonium. Have found shelter. Should be home soon. Bringing a friend.
Oh, all right. He says that he's in pandemonium.
Oh, that's the new chain
ever...
clothes shop that just opened on the high street.
Oh, right. I can't say I've ever heard of pandemonium. Would it be interesting to see what?
It's not the sort of cleric scene. I'm surprised he's in there actually.
Yes, that is rather concerning. He'll be home soon. Apparently, he's bringing a friend. Do you think our Dokrumir has met someone whilst out shopping? That would
a female.
Well, I don't know. Female, male. I maybe just a friend.
Maybe a rock.
I'm not. Is Dokrumir the kind of person to become friends with rocks? Do you think?
I suppose they got a lot in common.
just looks at you very like inquisitively for a second, like there's a punchline somewhere, but he can't quite find it.
Neither of them ever smile.
Well, yes, I guess that is technically true. I can't say I've known Dokrumir long, but he doesn't smile very much. And a rock obviously can't smile. That would be silly of a rock to smile.
I'm glad we're on the same wavelength too.
Me too. Is that all? Can I return to bed now?
Okay.
Can you? I mean, if there's anything else, I obviously want to help the Guardians and friends of Dokrumir and friends of mine, of course. But this is the middle of the night, it seems.
Yeah, of course. Oh, also, impending war at some point. Be ready at all times. Love you,
Oh
bye.
yes, I'm fully aware of that. Yes, I will be lending whatever hand I can. Ta-da! And then the door just slams behind you, or behind him rather. Oh, okay. Settles down, back to bed. You all head towards into your own room, just down the sort of long corridor. As you head in, large, sort of like tall, sort of stained glass windows, so you can't really see through them or out of them, and your beds with your chests near them. I want to make a perception check.
In the chest. Yes, Galahad.
Galahad still has that battle focus.
So you enter the room. Griffin, maybe you're just like laughing at your own little joke about Doc and the Rock.
The Rock,
right.
yes.
Forget Doc's Adventures in Pandemonium, it's now Doc and the Rock.
But Balzanor and Galahad, as you enter this room, you can see, just sort of like in the corner, shrouded in shadow, a figure.
Okay.
A dark figure wearing a dark cloak and a seemingly sort of like pointed top, like a hat. You can't quite see them at first. What would you do? You don't have dark vision, so I'm going to say you can't. Neither of you have dark vision, actually, so you can't gleam anything more than that.
I draw my sword and say, "Who goes there?"
Oh, it's you. It's really you. Don't, Galahad. It's only a friend. And he flicks his, flicks his fingers, and suddenly the two, so like either side of the room, you have like two torches. Suddenly, light just light within them, and ahead of you, you can see a figure, a very wizardly figure, dressed in a long navy robe, blue robes with somewhat golden arcane sigils over them, and a large sort of wizard's hat with a wide brim that used to be pointed but has clearly seen some age and is now flopped to the side. An old face with a long sort of grey beard that comes down at least sort of further than his the sort of midriff of his torso, and a little bit of a smile on his face. And you recognize immediately your old friend, Arcandius. I didn't think it true. You're alive. How are you here?
I'm going to keep my sword pointed at him.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, I was brought back by dark magic in the power of God. How is it that you are here?
Well, my old friend, I guess you could say I never left. And it's at that. Griffin and Balzanor, make a history check for me.
Oh,
Yeah, that makes
I'm
sense.
not ready to protocol.
You fucking idiots.
I'm not ever sure I've actually read a book.
Just pay attention in school.
I'm not trying to know what a book
One
is.
day.
you both look at this figure like I'm not getting this. And
this guy.
Arcandius looks towards you. I don't quite think we've met. My name is Arcandius. Arcandius Rast. Good to meet you. And he shakes your hands, reaches out. The both of you recognize now, you would know the name of the Archmage. A councilman of Ambyr, head of all magic, two sorcerers would definitely know this guy.
Shit.
Ew.
He's super old.
Well, it is quite a long story. I wanted to come find you. I've been on quite the adventure. I hear you all have been. Wait, where's Dokrumir? Glyndon. I thought maybe. Where are the Guardians? Where's the rest?
We are technically guardians, firstly.
I mean, I don't think we actually are.
No, I think we are. I think we've earned our stripes.
I think the prerequisite of being a guardian is you have to know about the North.
I thought it was based on performance.
You haven't had a performance review yet.
Okay, well, being the character that I am, I'm going to assume that I passed it.
On that,
was it not
Balzanor is
getting
technically a
absolute-
guardian because Daviak told him about the North.
Oh, that's... There you go. Congrats, mate.
There you go.
Okay,
I feel enlightened.
Glyndon is up in the north on some urgent business. Doc is stuck in pandemonium. We really hope he's okay, but we don't think he is.
Oh God, I hope he's okay.
He's stuck in pandemonium, but he's a tough cookie. He'll soldier on.
Well, yes, a cleric of Apollo, I imagine, can think of few better to withstand it, though it has been known to drive even gods insane, so I hope he's okay. Yes,
Hang on a second. You're supposed to be missing.
Yes, I am. I have some things to tell you, and I heard you were back, and I needed to come back. I think it is only right I tell you the truth about me and what you're up against. I think I need to come clean. You see, Galahad, I lied. I told you and Karakan before, when I first met you, that I was a mere wizard that Yara had kicked out of the college. I'm not. I was not. I was in fact the one who brought Yara into the college. I found her at her home, brought her in. And back then I was a tutor of necromancy. Things weren't as they are back then, and I tutored her, helped her control her power. We made a deal, me and her, that she would remain in the college for as long as I deemed it fit, and I would teach her the ways of necromancy magic and how to control her outbursts so that nothing like what happened to her mother, the accidental killing of mother in her own rage, would ever happen again. And she, in turn, would help me with my studies. I was a little bit washed up, and I was struggling. I wasn't the sort of necromancy wizard who would bring things back from the dead. No, I instead thought necromancy could help people. Could really help people. The answer to life is within death and all that. But I confess I couldn't think of anything. I was growing old and coming up short. But when I saw Yara and what she could do, it amazed me. Within the first few weeks, she mastered what it took me a year to teach my students. And within 2 years, she was mastering spells that took me years to even attempt. It was fascinating. And I admit she mastered it all fairly quickly with the right tutelage. She didn't need to be in the college, but I was just so happy. I was finally making a name for myself, finally making breakthroughs in my work. I kept her in the college for far too long. Eventually I had an idea. A sort of curse, spell, as is popular in necromancy. A way to extend life beyond its natural limits, so that warriors could fight through wars, and kings could see through things that they could see through their reign. People wouldn't die without completing what they wanted to. Elves, humans, dwarves could all live the same age. It was a simple curse and could, in theory, be taken away simply. I was to be the first test subject. Yara said no, she didn't want any part of it, but I wasn't forceful. I played with her emotions, and for that I'm regretful. I forced her into it, and obviously, being as I am here, it didn't quite go to plan. Spell took effect, it halted my aging, and it nearly killed Yara in the process. In years' time, I learned that the only way to get rid of the spell is to kill Yara, destroy her, every part of her soul. I'm stuck here like this until she is defeated. In my, guess you could call it guilt, I left the college. But after I saw what she was doing, I had to come back. I had to help you and Karakan take her down, take down what I'd created. I did keep tabs on her. I did. It seems that the king, at the time, caught wind of our little experiment. And he, too, played with her emotions. He faked an interest for her, a love for her. They married, and after she was fully healed, he made her get to work on this experiment once more. It took years before she realized what was really going on. And in her anger, she killed him. It seems the council was not too pleased with her actions either, so she killed them too, and in undeath they served her till the bitter end. I helped create the monster that is Queen Yara. I'm not saying that you should not kill her. I'm not saying that what she's doing isn't wrong. I just want you to know who you're going up against before what happens. So, I've lived 900 years, and eventually, recently, I decided to come back and become Archmage, complete the career path I never thought possible. Until, that is, one night everyone in the capital who could cast spells got up and started walking in their sleep. I tried to dispel the magic, and while I was distracted, servants of Yara kidnapped me, took me to the Shadowfell, took me to her. But, thankfully, I was intercepted by warriors of the Raven Queen. She took me in. She has given me shelter. And she has sent me here to warn you. Yara's forces are besieging the Raven Queen's Fortress of Memories as we speak. And that means her own forces are not far behind from here. If you were to defeat Yara, you would defeat her forces. And therefore the Raven Queen's fortress would be opened up again and she would be grateful. She wants you to know. That is what I came here to say. I'm sure you have questions that I'll happily answer. But I would suggest you all get some rest. It may very well be the last rest you have before what comes.
Sorry, is the Raven Queen?
You can make a. Pardon?
Raven Queen would be grateful if we helped her out. That's
Yeah, if you kill Yara, the Raven Queen would be grateful because her forces are besieging the Raven Queen's fortress of memories, and if they take that, Raven Queen's kaput. So you defeat Yara, her forces are done for. Raven Queen keeps her temple. Everyone's happy.
I was supposed we'd ask Rast if Yara's going to attack the capital before she's done with the Raven Queen. Otherwise, we have to go to them if we're going to help.
Yes, I believe the plan is she has split her forces. She's attacking on two fronts. She will attack the Raven Queen and then send a number of her force to you. And then when her force is done with the Raven Queen's temple, they will send her now enlarged forces, as she will bring back the Shadar-kai, the Shadowfell elves that the Raven Queen commands. She will bring them back to life as reinforcements and add them onto your problems here in the capital. She's fighting on two fronts, hoping to get one done quicker than the other so that she may aid, bring in reinforcements of her own making.
I mean, your friend Galahad.
That's not what to say.
Is the Raven Queen a good entity?
I think that depends on your way of thinking. Some believe yes, some believe no. She's, I guess one could say, very neutral. She lords over death, the transition from life to death. No matter who or what that may be. To pray to her is to believe that death is inevitable. And undeath is certainly an enemy. But so is falsity in life. Depends on your point of view. She's been good to me, that is all I know. Anyway, I came here to warn you of these things, but I must go. I hope you understand. I'm not the wizard I was 900 years ago. A lot has happened. Things have changed, and I'm not like you. I can't do this.
Right.
And with the slam of his staff, a green spark emits from beneath him. And this spark sort of begins to swirl around and around and around his form until he is gone. And the only thing left is a small letter that just slowly drifts towards the floor, and upon it is written the words Glyndon Althor, or to Glyndon Althor.
Sam Farragher as Griffin would really like to open this right now.
I mean, you can open it if you like.
No, it shall be pocketed as private correspondence.
Fair enough.
Mail tampering is the biggest crime under tier.
Oh, absolutely. Murder, thievery, and then way up here is like mail fraud.
Actually, to be fair, Tyr did ask me to be the fear of my enemies, so nothing strikes fear like opening someone else's post.
Oh no.
But no.
So, if there is nothing else, you can all really quickly head to bed. As you do, you all gain the benefits of a long rest, thankfully. And as you go to sleep, Griffin, just like in your sleep, you don't even realize, but part of you reaches for your axe. You've been away from your axe too long. And just, whether your axe comes to you or you come to it, but in the middle of the night, suddenly just, you're awakened as images flood your mind all of a sudden of different points in a life. And then suddenly it sort of fixates on this one memory, this memory of an army of paladins charging towards a huge black iron tower within the Shadowfell. And atop this black iron tower is a wizard. The wizard is old and withered, basically like a zombie. It's very clearly a lich. And this wizard has a sort of wizard spellbook, hovering in front of him. And almost like he's not even trying, he's just sort of lazily waving an arm, and suddenly 100 paladins die. He lazily pulls his hand up into the air and lifts down, and meteor strikes just fall from the skies. And then, as there is barely anyone left on this battlefield except for you in this vision, wielding the axe, wielding Weave Cleaver, you charge towards the enemy, and he just lazily points a finger at you. And as you then wake up, the axe just whispers to you, Vecna! She has the hand.
She has that.
Her hand.
Oh,
I saw your
shit.
memories. It was withered. She has it.
That is really not good.
You are correct, Griffin. That is not good at all. It is a powerful artifact of maybe the most powerful wizard to ever live. Upon his banishment and defeat, only 2 artifacts were left of the great, soon-to-be god Vecna. His hand and his eye. His eye was hidden, and his hand was kept in the Raven Queen's fortress of memories. Yara's forces must have taken it from her. She will prove deadly, Griffin Asahi. And with that, we must be merciless. Whoever wields that hand cannot live.
What does Vexman's eye look like?
The eye looks like a withered eye plucked from the skeleton. If you are thinking it is the lich eye that you have, it is not. Thankfully. Though I would not recommend. Because if you had the hand and eye, I would have found a new wielder to slit your throat already.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we're open with each other. That's a good start.
The hand and eye give people compulsions to do evil and to find the Whispering One and bring him back from his banishment. With the hand and eye, Vecna can be released once again. And maybe he may know the secret to finding a way out for your 5-headed god that you so desperately want killed.
So, kill Yara, get the hand of Vecna, and burn it.
It'll take a lot more than burning it to destroy it, but yes, it must be destroyed. Promise me, Griffin Asahi, you will not rest until it is destroyed.
I promise.
And with that, a rush of energy fills your body. And the axe in your just hands feels more powerful. Almost like you've unlocked a new set of tools that you can use with the axe. New set of skills and powers to fight against the might that is Queen Yara. And I'll add that to your thing in just a moment.
Yeah.
But you can all, with that, you can all get the benefits of a long rest. Good job. You did it. And yeah, Sam, I'll just add that. should be in your thing now. So underneath, you can expend 1 charge to cast a spell magic. Is all the new stuff. You'll gain the benefits of a long rest. And in the morning, you are awoken, each of you, by bells tolling in the background. And then the sudden mighty gong of the bell atop the Cathedral of Pelor. You awaken and you feel fairly rested, yet it is still dark out. Still pitch black outside. You look around at each other. You're all awake now. And these bells, between them there are others throughout, and you can hear just bells going off throughout the city. You gather your things, get yourselves up and ready, and head out into the main foyer of the temple, where now soldiers are just rushing in. Priests and clerics and paladins are rushing in, setting up beds, setting up different things. And what was his fucking name? Archpriest Aemon Salan, the Archpriest of Pelor, in this cathedral, just looks at you, just comes to you and looks at you. Oh, Guardians, you're awake. Good. There are guards outside for you. They're here. She is here. The bells mark enemies at the gates. You must go. There are guards outside. Hurry. Galahad, might you hold for a moment? I know not if it will grant you some benefit. I think one of the priests overheard you inquiring about an item. We were able to find such a thing in our old vaults. We face unprecedented events here, and well, if anyone should have it, it is you. Simon, coming, and a cleric wearing sort of like half-plate armor sort of comes to you with a box and opens it, and inside is a necklace of prayer beads, which you can add to your inventory, and I will do so soon. But first, can you roll me a d4? Sorry, d6. D6. I think it's a d6 or a d4.
Oh,
I can't remember. Is it a... No, d4 plus 2. That's what it is. So you can re-roll that to a d4.
Oh,
4! Sweet. You have 6 prayer beads. That's the best you can do.
Brilliant.
Fantastic. And I will add that to your sheet, and we can talk about that soon. And then really, really quickly, just to finish off, so you guys head outside, get in the carriage, and as you look around, you look up and you can see the sky is still dark. And as you get in the carriage, you do need to attune to these prayer beads, so you can do that on your way to wherever they're taking you. The guards say they're taking you to the main gate. Councilman Ivan needs you there ASAP, which will take about an hour's carriage ride, so you can head there. And as you look up into the sky, you can see an eclipse in the sky, much like the one you saw in the Shadowfell. She's brought her army here, and somehow has managed to converge the worlds to do it. Doc, in a bright flash of light, you appear in the Temple of Apollo.
Hey.
There is no one around you, but you can hear the sounds of bells in the distance. You look up and around, and suddenly there's and a huge rock or boulder strikes a building just out the way. You are alone. No one is with you, other than Cathaniel, who's like, "Oh, we made it! What? Where do you go?" This might be your first concern, but also one of your concerns would be your hammer. You don't have it. It's not in your hands. It's not anywhere. You look around the room for a second and realize, where the fuck did it go? I didn't leave it in the plane of pandemonium, did I? But then you see the one remaining artifact within the Temple of Apollo, the pool of holy water. And it sits and it glows, and just sticking out of the pool is the handle of your hammer. You may step to it, walk up to it. What would you like to do?
I will mutter a brief prayer to Apollo. Hesitate for a moment, and then try and lift the hammer.
Yeah. You lift the hammer just out of the water, and as you do, suddenly the water just almost like something heavy has been dropped into it, and it splashes everywhere, but the water almost like freezes in the air, as if all the water just went slow motion for a second and just stops mid-splash. And the hammer is there now. And you can see it's got a few extra sort of engravings on it. The head is a little bit bigger, yet no heavier. In fact, almost lighter, easier in your hands, better weighted. And it's almost like this feeling of reattunement, this jolt of energy through your body. And you just hear the voice of Apollo in your head. You have returned, Dokrumir. The dead are coming. Let this weapon be a beacon for all of those afraid. Show this army of the dead what life looks like, Dokrumir. My champion. My friend. And then suddenly the water just everywhere. I will place into your sheet what your hammer does in just a moment. Guards begin sort of calling from outside, and after a brief look around, one of them sort of enters. Hey, what's going on? Well, you're Dokrumir. The council, the generals are calling for all of you guys, especially the guardians. They're calling for you at the gate. Zombies, skeletons, all sorts of stuff marching over the hills. So come with us. Come on, we've got a cart. We're heading there now. You can come with us. Come on, quick! And he rushes back outside to the cart. And in your own time, you can follow him after realizing who is and isn't with you. And with that, gentlemen, it seems like the siege is here. See it, best be ready for it. Bam, bam, bam. Coming this summer. Yeah, and with that, we'll call the session there. Thank you for bearing with me for 5 minutes. And yeah, hope you all enjoyed. Got pretty much through everything I wanted to get us started with the siege next time.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, you didn't get any items because there's no point improving on perfection.
Well, exactly. I reached my highest level of output. So what's
Yeah,
the
I think
point
we were
just
discussing on the break
guys-
that you've basically killed every big bad in this.
You have.
arc, I think.
You did. I don't think you did that much against the Great Talon, but you killed Lazarus, Mary, and Karakan. You've done a lot. You've
Basically,
put some
what you have to
pretty big
understand
hits
is fire is king, worship the fire.
in.
I mean, I think
We didn't
Galahad
stop
might
the fire.
agree with that, given that he is, a devotee of the sun god.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, that's fair.
For a very brief second, I thought you were gonna bring out the Holy Avenger. We just had this old sword lying around in the
just
basement.
had this old thing lying around.
Just. I mean, really, it's just gathering dust. We're gonna have a bit of a spring clean.
First thing I'm going to use the prayer bead for is to pray for the Holy Avenger.
Right, I have to head off because I've got to go to the shops quickly before it shuts at 11. So
Yeah, that's cool. Thank you very much. See you
Catch you
later.
all next week for the slaying of Yara, part 1.